So I think the athletes will come away from today thinking this has been a pleasant day as far as cross-country conditions go. 13 degrees, a bit of drizzle, but for most parts of the course, pretty firm. Coram still holding on in second here ahead of Herne Hill. Lou Roch just might fancy a move here as it's a bit flatter. And that is a painful look on the face of Harry Cantel. Well, Cambridge and Coleridge with Harry Cantel. That is a big, big lead as they come into the final changeover, and Harrison Pearson will take over for the final 3 kilometres. And Lou Roch for Herne Hill crossing the line now with a big sprint finish. Decorum's Pritchard there with a great run as well. About 15 seconds behind Cambridge at the front. Tom Clerkin will try and close that gap for Herne Hill on the last leg. That's George Watkins for Woodford. Green and Essex Ladies coming in 4th. Very, very strong runner. And for those of you who have just joined us watching on the European Athletics YouTube, welcome to Mansfield's Berry Hill Park for the Saucony English cross-country relays. We're here every year, the same weekend, the same day. Conditions this year very pleasant indeed, 13 degrees. And this is what we like to see, real cross-country spikes with gaffer tape to hold them on in case it's too muddy. We've already seen one athlete lose a pink spike earlier on, so no point chancing it here. And Harrison Pearson with the honours to bring this one home for Cambridge, but he will be chased down by Herne Hill and Decorum. This will be a fabulous run for Cambridge and Coleridge, who I think will be the favourites in the senior men's to take victory. They have a very, very strong team. More on them later on, and the senior women as well, with a strong trio. So this could be the start of a fun couple of hours for Cambridge. White vests drifting under the trees, some great colours as the autumn leaves start to fall. Herne Hill well ahead of Decorum now. Still around a 15-second gap between gold and silver as it stands. That's good, that's exactly what you want. An athlete just picking up the cadence as they go up the hill. Very tough as they turn the corner around that tree when they get to the top from there as well. It's not at all easy. McDonald for Decorum Athletic Club. Thomas Wood from Macclesfield as well. Pearson turns right into this hairpin, back into the woods and loops round that bottom shoehorn section of the course. I know a lot of the athletes enjoy this wooded section. Lots to think about, lots of distractions for the mind. Stops you thinking too much about how your legs and lungs feel. Allows you to just focus on one foot in front of the other. Hampshire Harriers, Blackheath and Bromley, Woodford Green and Essex Ladies. Plenty of vests from the north to the south. So Pearson, rhythmical. That cadence has stayed true throughout the wood section of the course. It is only 2 kilometres for some of these athletes. That is very short indeed. This is Tom Clerkin, who's going very well. And Oliver McDonald breathing deeply, but still going forward here. That was Tom Thate for Hallamshire Harriers. He's a real weapon on the track. Just keep an eye out for him over these final few hundred metres, because he might have a big sprint finish up his sleeve. So Harrison Pearson is a long way in front, and this has been an incredibly dominant display. Not an ounce of grimace on his face. He has stayed composed, hasn't looked phased at all. And will enjoy getting to the top of this bend here, because it's all downhill from then as the senior women's race gets underway bang on time. We'll be with that in just a couple of moments. And Harrison Pearson cruising home to take the gold here in Mansfield. Finn McLennan started things, and it was Harry Cantell, and Harrison Pearson gets the job to bring it home for Cambridge and Coleridge. They are the National Relay Champions for 2024. What a run from them, as Herne Hill Harriers, with Tom Clerkin crossing the line, taking silver, and Decorum, who led partway through that second lap, get the bronze medal despite the fast finishing athletes just behind him. And here we go with the senior women's race. Well, where's the gold going to go here? I think Belgrave Harriers will certainly fancy back-to-back gold. They won't have it all their own way, though. As I mentioned before, Cambridge, decent team. It's a strong start from Belgrave Harriers at the front. The Belgrave team. One change from the trio that won gold 12 months ago. Nadine Donegan on the first leg for them at the front at the moment. Lauren Church in second, and then got a Herne Hill vest in there as well, I think. So we'll all unveil itself as we get through this race, and they are doing 3 3-kilometre loops, so it's the long lap, the longest we have. So Lauren Church is there in second at the front though. That is Nadine Donegan. And Lucy Jones of Herne Hill in the black and red is there at the moment in third. Jess Spilsbury of Sale, keep an eye out for her. She's in fourth at the moment. Spilsbury has Lucy Armitage and Megan Davies on the second and third legs. Just trying to spot where some of the others might be. So away from the lake, and Donegan with a strong start here. Bit of pressure being the newbie into the team, having won it 12 months ago. See there how churned up this section is. Very stodgy. There's a lot of athletes starting to go around the fringes, and Lauren Church has just slipped back into second, with Lucy Jones moving up into second rather, and Belgrave still at the front. So it's Belgrave from Herne Hill from Reading at the moment. Belgrave, who won this title last year by 40 seconds from Aldershot, Farnham and District. Just looking at the Aldershot team, we saw a couple of S earlier on. They've got Millie Jordan-Lee, Kate Esley-Morris and Neve Brown. Neve Brown is a very strong cross-country runner, so we'll keep an eye out for her on the last leg. We do have the live splits at the end of each leg, so we'll be able to see just where everybody is. Now Herne Hill taking to the front with Lucy Jones, just biding her time over the first half of this race. And Meg Gadsby of City of Norwich, now a senior, into fourth at the moment. Katie Hawkins from Salford there, and just coming past the screen, Amelia Willis from Bracknell. Keep an eye out for Amelia Quirk, who goes for Bracknell on the second leg. She's very strong as well. And then with Laura Robertson there, Hallamshire Harriers, the big H on the vest, can't miss them. City of York as well in amongst this with Charlotte Mason. So that's the Reading B team with Victoria Hiscock. It's certainly quite warm for a cross-country day. Jones here finds herself at the front. Lucy Jones now competing for Herne Hill. 16:30 for 5K early this year, and ran the London Marathon as well inside 3 hours. So look over her shoulder. Still a way to go on this longer lap. Jones will head up through the top section of this course with the trees before doing another loop, which is part of the C section of the course, which you can see on the map. Well, as this is the penultimate race of the day, we start to see maximum crowds. Almost 3,000 athletes entered. Nicola Payne there for Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers. Georgia Delaney as well from Royal St Coalfield. And Belgrave Harriers have fallen back here, but Reading starting to charge. Lauren Church just faded back a bit as Jones came in front of her earlier on, and now it looks like Lauren Church is surging towards the finish. This is a great run from Lauren Church. Intrigued to see where Belgrave are. This is a great run. Gadsby is in there for Norwich in third. Southampton with Lillian Hawkins in fourth at the moment, and the lead changes hands once again. Herne Hill back in front. Lucy Jones striding away at the end of leg one. Firm footing down here, it's fast as well. Lots of people cheering you home. Well, 5 teams in close proximity, inside 10 minutes. It's Herne Hill from Reading. And now Belgrave coming through. We saw Thames Valley Harriers in fourth, Belgrave in sixth, some 11 seconds back, so that is doable. Because they have Sarah Astin on the second leg, winner of the National Cross title and the National Cross Relay title last year. And Astin will hand over to Kate Axford on the final leg, who is having an absolute wonderful season. Amelia Quirt there for Bracknell, I think just flying off the line. Helena Keenan here for Herne Hill Harriers. Naomi Harris of Reading. Harris, a student as well. And Sarah Astin, my goodness, up from 10th into second already. Well, I mentioned it earlier on, but how you load these teams really makes a difference, and certainly some of them putting their strongest runners on the first leg. Belgrave have stronger runners on the second and third leg. So Astin had a canter here, flying past Reading's Naomi Harris. And inside 2.5 minutes at the start of this second leg, Sarah Astin back on top for Belgrave. Well, I said it was 11 second, which was doable. It was doable incredibly quickly. And she's back from a altitude training camp in the Pyrenees, Font-Romeu. And Sarah Astin come along here nicely, and this has been a great start to Aldershot's second leg, their B team. This is Amy Griffiths, and Amy Griffiths moving up into second. Griffiths was part of the Aldershot team, the A team that got silver last year behind Belgrave. So this is a very, very strong start. Surprised to see Amy Griffiths in the Aldershot B team, considering how well they did last year, but haven't seen too much of Amy Griffiths in 2024. So back from injury, Amy Griffiths, and looking good here at the start of this second leg for Aldershot. Aldershot B team incidentally picked up the bronze last year. So Sarah Astin, big tussle with Amy Griffiths here of Aldershot as they come up the hill, chomping amongst the mud. The benefit of running around this lake section of the course, it's not heavy underfoot, well mowed as well. Allows to pick up some speed and just sort of recover momentarily before the choppy section in the trees. And this is Amelia Quirk here in the yellow and blue of Bracknell. Multiple Great Britain representative in cross country. I'm sure she'll have one eye on the Liverpool cross challenge in a couple of weeks for the European trials. And Astin and Griffiths here, toe to toe, shoulder to shoulder. So Astin under a lot of pressure, still holding off Amy Griffiths here. Both of these two looking very, very strong. It's good mentally to have somebody close by. Just keep spurring you on if you're on your own at the front or cut adrift from the rest of the field. It can be quite a challenge. There's Naomi Harris is there, and so is Kate Esley Morris from the Aldershot Farnham A team, and there's Loughborough University with Emily Muzio. They have Emily Parker on the last leg. Herne Hill now just down the pack slightly, and that's the Belgrave B team with Christina Popadic. And Amelia Quirk, as expected, just chipping away through the field. Plenty of bodies to keep an eye on. It's Harriet Keeley from Hearts Phoenix, and Astin. Just a small gap opening up now. There's still a lot of running to go. Griffiths looking good though. First race since April. Great to see her back. And Sarah Astin, fresh off altitude training, climbing this hill very, very smoothly here. So it's Belgrave from Aldershot B team. Would it be a turn-up if their B team beat their A team? They're always so strong, great depth, Aldershot. So Sarah Astin will just drift out of picture in a moment into this top section of the course, far north section of the course. Astin then out of this top shoehorn and now onto the C section of the course, and she is picking up the pace and looking very, very strong. That early challenge from Amy Griffiths, who did so well from the changeover to pick up the pace and close the gap on Belgrave early on, and that was a smart move. It put her in close proximity, but Sarah Astin just a bit stronger right now over the second half of this course and looking very, very good. And this is the sort of strength that Sarah Astin showed when she burnt away in the back stages of the National Cross 18 months ago to take the title just ahead of Gemma Steele on that day. And she will hand over to Kate Axford on the last leg. Fabulous run from Amy Griffiths though. And away Kate Axford goes. Amy Griffiths handing off to Catriona Brown. University of Birmingham student formerly.
Come on, Steph, that's brilliant. Well done. Use this hill.
It's only a 5-second lead between Belgrave and Aldershot, and Aldershot's A team coming through here, and that's a great run from Amelia Quirk. She always gives it absolutely everything across the line. And Bracknell just about getting the nod on the line in third at the moment. Loughborough there in 6th, still a chance for them. At this stage it looks like it could be a double podium once again for Aldershot, but Kate Axford here came over to running after injury put paid to her hockey career. She's got very, very talented siblings in hockey, Maddie and Charlie, and I'm sure they've been enjoying watching Kate's transition and success, because this year she is ran 15:19 for the 5,000 metres. She came 4th at the British Outdoor Championships over that distance. She's run 4:08 over the 1,500 metres as well, and she is in great form and perhaps one of the strongest athletes in this senior women's field, and I do not think anyone will be catching her at this point. It just goes to show that lead was less than 5 seconds, and it's already opened up a huge gap. Catriona Brown for Aldershot final district B team. The gap is now around 20 seconds. So just over 2.5 minutes. The gap is grown 15 seconds, and Axford looking really strong here. Trying to keep those spikes away from the pavement and keep firm footing. This is such a great section of the course. It is no doubt a bit softer than it perhaps looks, but short grass, pretty firm. Just a small drop down. Have to be very, very careful in the men's races later on, because that section, as they come away from the lake, notoriously always very slippy, often seeing athletes clattering down, as Catriona Brown holding on for second at the moment. Bracken will do. That was such a fabulous leg from Amelia Quirk. There's Neve Brown, the Aldershot A team, in third at the moment. Belgrave from Aldershot. It's a deja vu moment, really, isn't it? Exactly how it was 12 months ago. The gap has certainly closed somewhat between the Aldershot B and A team. Just seeing Nick Bridson Hubbard as well for Blackheath and Bromley. There's Emily Parker for Loughborough, going well. There's a lot of good athletes on the last legs here. It's very open for how this could pan out. Well, there's Neve Brown for Aldershot. This is Kate Axford, absolutely flying. She won't realise just how far ahead she is at this point, but it is a huge lead, and I just wonder whether or not they will whether they'll win with a margin which is more than the 40 seconds they won by 12 months ago. It's looking close at the moment, dominant for Belgrave Harriers as it stands. Reading's Emma Howsham, despite the early strong start from Lauren Church. And here's Catriona Brown for Aldershot B. And just behind her is Neve Brown. Around about 5 seconds, so that gap has rapidly closed. Kate Axford won't care though. For her, this is a time trial, and she is giving it absolutely everything. She could have cruised the first 3/4 of this race, of this third and final leg, and she could have sprinted home, but she is absolutely putting everything out on the course. This is a a strong hit out, and I just wonder whether she'll fancy her chances at the cross-country trials in a couple of weeks, because she's not the most experienced over the cross-country, but she's definitely got the speed. Maybe she'd fancy her chances over the short course relay. She's 1,500 metres and maybe a bit more of her scene, but we shall see. And now it's a change with Niamh Brown coming past Catriona Brown. Aldershot A back in front. The top three exactly as it was 12 months ago. Axford out of the final wooded section of this race. She is so smooth, a great rhythm. This has been really dominant from Belgrave. The initial leg by Nadine Donegan, I think she was back down in 10th, but it was a very front-loaded first leg from many teams, and Belgrade have a couple of cards up their sleeve, and she's had a look behind her there, Kate Axford, and she won't realise just how far ahead she is. This is a big sprint finish from Belgrave Harriers. Taking the title for the second year in a row here in Mansfield. Kate Axford taking the title for Belgrave. They are the senior women's national cross-country relay champions once more. And much like last year, it is gold to Belgrave, but it's also going to be silver and bronze to Aldershot, Farnham and District, and it is Niamh Brown. Last year she was in the B team on the second leg, picking up the bronze. This year with a superb final leg, she has brought her trio from third into second with a superb leg. She clawed back a lot of ground, and well, the time that Aldershot had just ran 3:35 would have won them the title 12 months ago. Belgrave Harriers, by the way, 42 seconds quicker than they ran last year. That was a superb run, and holding on for the third in the end. Catriona Brown for Aldershot, Farnham and District B. Great for her, alongside Pippa Rostler and Amy Griffiths. And then Cambridge with B Wood in fourth. I said I thought they might be quite close. They've got a good trio. Not quite enough speed in the end. So Loughborough in fifth, Blackheath and Bromley in sixth. But the gold in this senior women's race going to Belgrave Harriers. Another fantastic performance from them. Reading just crossing the line, anchored by Emma Howsham. Strong start from them, but finishing in the top 10 in the end, which is great to see. And we have one more race to come for you. The senior men's race. It's stepping up from 3 legs to 4 legs, and we're now going to 5k a leg, 20k total. That starts in just less than 20 minutes time, 2:40 p.m. So you've got enough time for a bit of a toilet break. We'll stay with these pictures of the senior women's finish line, and we'll be back with the senior men's 4x5k race in less than 20 minutes time. We'll see you then.
You might like it.
Sweet too. Sweet coffee.
Tom Bailey says
Yes, it's just on.
Yeah, the only thing I was trying on my flight was someone he said he'd okay. Probably easiest to stick with the front. See you later.
Which was annoying. Really annoying. What did you do? Just go straight back? I was going, you know, in down that park, the stairs. Yeah. I was doing hill wraps on it. Big YouTube drop. You just saw me because I missed the step. Right, I missed the step. Oh gosh. Try this music here. Yeah, okay, we better get off then, sorry. I thought that was a Halloween game. I'm on the D-Day. So the other boys will have had their run. Because that's 2 weeks time, isn't it? So we get your drawing week this week. I reckon, you know. Yeah, so when we wrecked it, we ended up putting the car in and doing something that we did go wrong first. And loved it. But I just didn't want confident in running in. And these schools that they, everybody that were around.
now ready for the race. The teams taking the numbers in that particular event were as follows: Belgrade Harriers, 29-39, Dean Donegan, Sarah Aston and Kate Hansford on that final lap. Farnham District 18, 30 minutes 37, that's Billy Jordan Lee, Katie Ashley Morris, and in third place on the shot Farnham District B team, Pippa Rossier, Amy Griffiths, Roger Brown in 30 minutes 52. All three teams are same as we have here in the senior last year. So those presentations about to take place area. Senior men's race coming up. Senior men's race coming up in 4 minutes time.
I mean, that's cool.
4 minutes time.
And then because they didn't have their arm rings on, they didn't need the arms on at that point. Yeah.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
Didn't really train Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
But my daughter's a lot older, but still have stuff that crops up in half term.
Yeah.
Haven't really ran. I've done a little bit.
It always goes off a bit louder when you're not in good shape. Yeah, as you get fitter. Yeah, it still goes off. It's just still quiet.
That's the thing.
You can kind of just drop it out there.
By the way, for how much to go out, if you're on a platform, you've got a mod where it's yeah, I did a bit.
Towards the end of the meeting, so before everyone goes, thank the officials for what they've done today. Still have one race to go. The referees does be Nick Colwell. Event manager Pat Carlin. Clerk of the course Nigel Watkin. Our stars today. Tomkin. Steve Brown. Timekeeper Steve Rowan. Charged changeovers.
What are you running up? Yeah, it's true. Bit of like shit sandwich, lost it. So? Oh, medal! Yeah. I mean, we were full home. Did AFDB came in the home? Wow. But we don't have that.
So did they just bugger up there?
If you want to read up about day proceedings, surely some of the English Cross Country Association's website.
Good luck!
So then, this is the final race of the day. It is the senior men's 4x5 kilometres. 4 athletes. They will do 2 laps each. And we have some good names in amongst it here. I think it's going to come down to a toss-up between the likes of Cambridge and Coleridge and Tunbridge. Leeds City will feature. Probably not as strong as they were 12 months ago. But just to give you an idea, the top 3 teams last year: Cambridge, Aldershot, Farnham District, then Highgate Harriers. This is the nervous bit for the officials. So it will be chaotic. We will have athletes finishing their legs after others, and some people will be lapped, I'm sure, amongst all of this, but it is very fast and very fierce, and we're looking at a race around an hour's total time. Last year I think it was just outside 62 minutes. And there are some athletes here that don't have a full team, but we know that they're cracking athletes. That is a Highgate Harrier vest, I believe, at the front. That's Sayed Ghaffari. And just next to him is Alfie Manthorpe, who is a very, very strong athlete. And I think just to the right picture I can see one of the Wheeler brothers, Charles Wheeler and George Wheeler, both racing here today. Charles on this first leg, their club Keen's Distance project only with those 2 athletes within it, so they won't complete the race, but great hit out for them ahead of the races over the next couple of weeks. Morpeth in 4th place there with Alex Brown. Scott Beattie, who's a very strong runner, Philip Winkler, and then on the last leg, Rory Leonard. So keep an eye out for Morpeth. These athletes will be doing 2.5 kilometre laps. You'll see the tape for this extended 3 kilometre section has been lowered. They won't be coming around the lake. But a whole heap of clubs represented. Sam Roberts of Retford in 3rd as well at the moment, and then Matt Ramsden from Blackburn. So the man in the white hat and the black and white hoops, stripes, horizontal stripes, that is Sayed Ghaffari. Going to be leading things out. Strong athlete. He's around 66 minutes for half marathon. Came 6th at the National Cross. just a few weeks back.
Well, I got appointed, then kicked out, and then appointed, and then meeting. I think she ended up, checked her, apparently Wendy was badgering the hell out of her, so said yes to Wendy.
Alfie Manthorpe
Yeah, and then Wendy
giving this a good go, and there is Charles Wheeler wearing 111. Lovely number to have. And wearing number 1 from Aldershot. A1 is Callum Charleston in the mix at the moment. So patience really for all of these athletes. Whilst they may want to get out to the front early, hit it hard, which is a good idea, you don't want to burn up too much too soon. There are 2 laps. Things will spread out naturally over the course of this time. So Ghaffari just breaking away slightly. Manthorpe there in 3rd. Alfie Manthorpe in 2nd. Charles Wheeler in 3rd. And then Matt Ramsden is in 4th at the moment. Looks like Tom Keane is in there in 5th at the moment. White vest of Cambridge. Cambridge team got Jonathan Escalante Phillips on the 2nd leg, then Jack Gray, and then Callum Elston. We'll talk about him later, and I'm sure he's going to be near the front by the time he gets the baton. And then Tunbridge as well. Not quite managed to spot Tunbridge yet, but strong team for them. Ben Murphy, Jack Higgins, Ted Higgins, and James Kingston, who won the National Cross title in 2023. So these athletes doing 2.5 kilometres a lap, and they do this extended loop up into the trees, which is the B section of the course. So we're doing a B lap, and this is the end of the first 2.5 kilometre circuit. Still plenty of athletes in the mix. 8 amongst that top group, spearheaded by Highgate Harriers.
Highgate heading it out on that 2nd lap with Callum Schultz and Blackburn in close order. So Shaftesbury, Cambridge and College in that leading group.
So it's a really strong group. Ramsden, Angus McMillan is in there in the green of York. McMillan last year actually had the fastest of all the senior legs, which was 14 minutes 56, and he's now just starting to come towards the front of this chasing pack. Ghaffari took it out early on and has stayed in that position. So far hasn't taken his foot off the gas. We've got Shaftesbury Barnet in this chasing group as well. It looks like Isaac Hirschman Chandler, the A runner for them. Don't even know he best as well. We've got Joe Tuffin near the top 10 as well, and a Finley Prophet from Trafford just in front of him. So Ghaffari though for Highgate. Dominant start here. Exactly what they would want, and certainly the right number of athletes in the mix. Exactly where we thought things would be at this point. What we didn't perhaps expect is the Highgate lead to be so far ahead. It's actually Jeremy Dempsey from Shaftesbury Barnet who couldn't quite make that number out, and then Lewis Small of Ashford in that yellow vest just coming along with them. And Birchwood was there. Tom Dodd, yes, of course, Tom Dodd in there. And a good run. A lot of athletes, as I say, using this as an early hit out in the winter season. That was Luke Nuttall as well, who was in Paris at the Paralympics in the summer, competed incredibly well. Came sixth in that final. Pete for Charnwood here today.
Head of City of York, followed by Blackburn Harriers, Kent's co-regent.
Ghaffari just being reeled back in, and Angus McMillan, as I said before, he ran the fastest leg last year. City of York in the end finishing inside the top 10 in 8th, and McMillan was the fastest on the first leg.
I still want to know who shouted my name.
Lewis Small in the yellow there, trying to play catch-up at the moment. Mansfield are in it as well. Alex Hampson there, performing well at the moment. Mansfield, of course, 4 full teams. Ghaffari just settling back into the pack now, and Small was taking a bit of a tumble. Working hard here. Tuffin and Dodd. And that was again Blytheman. Trying to Bill Yard of University of Birmingham, going past the screen as well. There's Nuttall once again. There's Alistair Watson, not say seen. And McMillan now just starting to push on. York with James Tucker, Tommy Shaw and Declan Neary on the later legs. McMillan setting the pace. Ramsden will hand over to Rob Warner-Judd, and then Ross Harrison, then Chris Davies. So can Blackburn stay amongst it at the latter end of this race? For the moment though, it is all with York at the front, and Angus McMillan dominant. The fastest on this course 12 months ago. Looking good at the moment to get close to the same sort of time he ran 12 months ago. I think it's a bit firmer underfoot than it was last year in my opinion, and I think it's going to be a bit quicker than he ran 12 months ago, because he is absolutely flying at the moment. We'll see what the clock says at the finish. It was Matt Jackson from Liverpool. Oh, and Wheeler now in the trees he was behind, and coming out of it he was absolutely flying. And now Charles Wheeler, wearing 111, looks set to cross the line first at the end of this first leg. Into the finish he comes, and he will hand over to his brother George. And they do have actually Max Nicole and then Marcus Lovell on the later legs, and it was 14:45, just ahead of the other two. And it was York and Blackburn tenths behind, and despite that strong start, Ghaffari of Highgate just fading back into 8th, some 14 seconds behind. So Charles Wheeler putting Milton Keynes Distance Project in pole position going into the second leg. And Cambridge there in 6th, Tom Keane, great run from him, under 15 minutes. And so far so good. Blackburn in a good position. So George Wheeler with James Tucker for York, and then Rob Warner-Judd for Blackburn. What about that finish though from Charles Wheeler? So George Wheeler picking up where his brother left off with that ferocious sprint finish. And Tommy Power in 4th for Hallamshire at the moment. So still a big group at the front. Everybody is so closely matched, and so many of these athletes with 5-10K PBs, which are very, very similar, and you are going to see them evenly matched in this race as well. It's a challenge, of course. Translating the flat speed to the cross country, not everybody's as comfortable in cross country as they are on the road. So sometimes that transference doesn't quite work out, but these athletes are very, very even. But at the moment, George Wheeler He's showing his dominance over the first lap of leg 2. Tommy Power looking good, moving up into second. Tommy Power ran 14:27 for a 5K this year. 2:24 for the marathon. His debut, which is very impressive. Looking good at the moment. Just flashing past the screen was Dan Swain from Birchfield. Birchfield won't finish as they've only got 2 athletes in their team, unfortunately. Salford just coming past, and there's Tunbridge now chipping through the field. Lots of people looking on. George Wheeler climbing the hill. He's got a clear lead. So Wheeler, the same place his brother made his decisive move at the end of the first leg. Storming to the end of his first lap, and he's out on his own with right now nobody in sight. Tommy Power is in second. And Jonathan Escalante Phillips now moving up into third. Highgate coming up the field as well. That's Jacob Allen. Always has a strong leg in him. York just drifting back slightly with James Tucker. Birmingham Row Heath not far off the front with John Stolberg. Wheeler though, looking good. So it looks like Brett Rushman in second in the red for Hearts Phoenix. Brett Rushman, University of Birmingham athlete over the last few years.
And it was Cambridge and Coleridge, Team 25, with Jonathan Escalante Phillips. He was a member of their winning side last year. In fact, they are fielding the whole of that quartet again this year.
So Wheeler looking strong at the start of lap 2. Rushman looking really good. Jonathan Escalante Phillips, Cambridge and Coleridge, in third at the moment, around about where we thought they would be, but this has been such a strong start from the Milton Keynes Distance Project. The Wheeler brothers, we know they're a force to be reckoned with. They're always turning up. They have a full team. Are they going to be able to do enough over these opening 2 legs to keep near the front? Last year, George Wheeler was the 5th fastest man with a best of 15:07 on his leg. Escalante Phillips with Rushman in his sights, and Tommy Power keeping an eye on both of them. It's Jacob Allen. There's Warner Judd for Blackburn. And there's Callum Johnson of Gateshead.
Their athlete is Tommy Power.
And Gateshead with Luca Minale, Callum Johnson, Lewis Little and Dave Richardson. Callum Johnson winning the Inter-Counties early this year. He's a real menace on the cross country. Former national cross champion. Had a great half marathon at the Grey North Run as well, 63:49. In good form. Wheeler still at the front on his own. Is Rushman still in second? Well, I mean, that's Tommy Power in there. There's Bedford, Highgate, Ashford as well. Callum Johnson is having a blinder. Absolutely flying past bodies here in the woods. That's Joe O'Connell from Aldershot. York just slipping back with James Tucker. Wheeler, though, dominant at the moment. They will not have a strong enough lead at the end of this second leg to call it game, set and match, because we've still got 10 kilometres of running to do. But this is a fabulous start for George Wheeler and the Milton Keynes Distance Project. Very rhythmical start, great arm carriage, just ticking along nicely. Rushman for Hearts Phoenix is still in second at the moment. Mansfield there with Paul Wright. I know this park very well indeed. Scott Beattie for Morpeth. Coming past a few. So, Milton Keynes Distance Project at the end of leg 2 with a really strong lead here. And the Wheeler twins have started it off so strongly for them. How big is this lead and how long can they hold onto it for? And Max Nicol is on the 3rd leg for them. Hearts Phoenix 2nd, and then Cambridge and Coleridge some 16 seconds back. Escalante Phillips for them, and this is a close finish for 4th, 5th, 6th. Hampshire, Bedford, Shaftesbury, Barnet, all there. Ashford about to come across the line in 7th now, just behind them, Gateshead. That's a stunning run from Gateshead's Callum Johnson, puts them back in the mixer for now, with plenty of running to come. And wearing number 1 here for Aldershot across the line is Joe O'Connell. Aldershot rounding off the top 10 at the moment. So this is Milton Keynes Distance Project. This is Max Nicol. He's a 355, 1500 metre man. So might be able to keep them in and around this leading 5. Well, a 13-second lead is not too much. Hearts Phoenix with Stephen Prosser on their 3rd leg. So again, it comes down to how you've stacked your teams. I would say amongst those in the top 5, Cambridge and Coleridge have the strongest quartet. They have Jack Gray on leg 3, who is a very accomplished runner himself and came 2nd in the National Cross 18 months ago. And there is Jack Gray in the white, driving towards the woods. But Nicol going well at the moment, keeping that lead. Jack Gray in the white here with a few bodies to work past. And here's Hearts Phoenix in the red vest now, being chased down by Shaftesbury, Barnet, Bedford and Hallamshire. I like this trio working together. Helps everybody out. Highgate chasing. Ashford as well with Regatta Zeron. Hold a shot here. This is Ellis Cross. In good form as well, and Gateshead with Lewis Liddell. This is leg 3, lap 1. They're doing 2 laps each, 5k total, 2.5k a lap. It's still patient for all of these teams, with just gone into the 2nd half of this race. Jack Gray with the look behind, knows he is in 2nd, but perhaps senses that charging trio of Shaftesbury, Barnet, Bedford and Hallamshire Harriers. Highgate also starting to charge once again with Alex Lepetra. Jack Gray charging through, still in second. Shaftesbury Barnet hunting him down. Bedford in tow with Hallamshire Harriers as well. It's a tough one for Jack Gray. Out on his own, really.
Jack Gray, who's moved left to second place. He was 7th international at Telford.
So Max Nicol for Milton Keynes Distance Project, doing really well here. This is not an easy run. I think he would have expected to be near the front when he got the baton, but I don't think he would have expected to be this far in front. It's about 13 seconds at the changeover. We'll have a little look, and it's not that much now. Bracknell there with Ben Willis. Gateshead as well. Lewis Liddell there for them. So he's done the right thing here, Max Nicol. And he's been patient, hasn't tried to fly off. It would be absolutely horrendous for him if he tried to burn up on that first lap. Jack Gray just slipping back into third. Shaftesbury Barnet into second, and Hallamshire Harriers with Dan Hauer just moving back into fourth. Shaftesbury with Dylan Evans on that third leg doing a great job. I think Mark Pearce actually on that third leg. Shaftesbury Barnet just confusing us with their B and their A numbers. So these are our two lanes, as you can see. The athletes going to the left at the conclusion of their second lap on the second leg. So, best view we've had for a while. Nicol there to be picked at. And this is Dylan Evans for Shaftesbury Barnet in the black and white stripes, now getting in front for the first time. I think Nicol will be delighted. He's got some company finally. Jack Gray is there in second for Cambridge and Coleridge. And the Bedford's Harry Brodie is in third at the moment. So strong run. Dylan Evans starting to open a gap here. Dylan Evans, a sub-65 minute man over the half marathon, and has really put the hammer down in the early part of this second lap. And he has opened up a monumental lead. And it looks like it's going to keep on growing. Jack Gray is there in second still. Nick Alston well to hang on to the back of these two. Bedford Terry Brodie sticking at the task well. And Highgate with Alex Lepetre up into fifth now. Ellis Cross with a lot of work to do, has to keep on chasing as they head through the woods. So Shaftesbury at the front, 3/4 of the way through this third leg. This race is poised nicely. Marshall, Milton Keynes Distance Project are in fourth at the moment. Highgate chasing. Ellis Cross looks like he might be about to go past Hearts Phoenix. Lots of bodies lurking around the course, trying to catch a glimpse of their club, their teammate, any friends and family. And if you're just joining us, this is a 2024 Saucony National Cross Country Relays. This is a senior men's race. We've had 9 races. And on the third leg, Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers are leading the men's race. 12 months ago, they finished in agonising 4th place. They were 0.6 of a second behind Highgate Harriers. Dylan Evans anchored them on that day, and he has done a great job on this third leg of putting Shaftesbury in pole position come the final 5 kilometres. The course still looking in fabulous condition. 13 degrees today in Mansfield. Warmer than the 8-degree high of last year. A bit warmer than it was 2 years ago as well. We've had some fine rain at times, but nothing heavy, which has kept it pretty good underfoot throughout the majority of the course. So Dylan Evans for Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers. He leads the field at the moment. At the end of the second leg, it was Milton Keynes Distance Project that were leading. They sit in around about 4th at the moment. And that might be about to turn into 5th as Highgate Harriers just surged past them. It's been a cracking run though for Max Nicol of Milton Keynes Distance Project. He was out on his own for his whole first lap. And I think Ellis Cross is just about to go past him as well for Aldershot, who have worked their way up the field nicely. Coming into the final 100 metres of leg 3. This has been a superb race. He's just got quicker and quicker and quicker over this second lap. Dylan Evans, superb run, handing over to Jamie D, who will have to be cool as you like. That was a cracking leg. And Bedford here, wow, this is a great run from them. Bedford's Harry Brodie moving in to second, and then Ellis Cross as well with a big sprint finish, and that is turned this race on its head coming into the final leg. It's Shaftesbury from Bedford, from Aldershot, Highgate, then Cambridge and Coleridge in fifth. And there is 4 seconds between second and fifth, absolutely nothing. Where are these medals going to go? And at this point I should remind you, last year it was Cambridge that took gold, Aldershot second and Highgate in third, and that was an absolutely stellar run from the Aldershot third leg runner Ellis Cross. He was on his own for so much of that. I don't think he could see the teams in front of him. He had a lot of athletes he could pick off, but they were not the ones in front of him in the race. So what can Jamie D do? 14 seconds, not a huge margin. And once again, I'll say it's a lot easier to chase than to be chased. Dylan Evans, who was on the third leg for Shaftesbury, judged it to perfection. Just skipping over a few muddy patches. So Bedford on the last leg then, as that big sprint finish, have Jack Goodwin. And there he is in the light blue, just flying past the screen. Aldershot with Sam Eglin. And Highgate, well, Highgate have Roger Pullman, Cambridge and Coleridge, they have Callum Elson, and Callum Elson has not raced since he stood on the start line for the World Indoor Championships in Glasgow on the 1st of March. He got spiked early on in that race, couldn't finish, had Achilles surgery, and has been fighting back. And after training camp out in Font-Romeu, he is here towing the line. We know he's strong. He got a silver medal last year, September last year. It must feel like a lifetime ago for him after all that's happened in 2024. But he got a silver medal at the World Athletics Road Championships over the mile. We know he's got speed. How's his training been going? Can he get Cambridge on the podium? Callum Elson. Shaftesbury Barnet still at the front, looking very good. Lap 1 of 2 on the final leg. Elson there in third now. Highgate just moving back into fourth. Fifth is Aldershot. Bedford still there though in second. Jack Goodwin. Jack Goodwin's a very strong athlete. 13:35 for 5,000 metres on the track this year. That is flying. It'll be difficult to catch someone like him, and there is Jack Goodwin. Callum Elson ticking along with Highgate's Roger Pullman along for the ride.
Harriers holding the lead. JBD, Ringer Schools Junior champion over the country. It's Jack Goodwin from
So,
Bedford,
D.
Bedford County, 6 fastest long stage of National Rugby Days in April. Then we have Roger Pullman for Highgate Harriers, who was riding the South England Cross Country Championship race. He's followed by Sam Eggleston from Shot Farnham District.
Going to the end
In the National
of this first lap, he'll do a loop around the trees. This horseshoe-shaped set of trees at the top of the map. Good lead at the moment. Remember, that was 14 seconds.
So in there, number 25,
We'll try and keep an eye out just how big that lead is. Morpeth still in the hunt. That's Rory Leonard. Ashford still going strong as well with Jack Small. There's Aidan Johnson from Rotherham. D looking very composed here. Just ticking along beautifully. Exactly the sort of rhythm he should be in. This is the perfect part of the course for that. People were in the way. I think he was putting his arm up there just as they're going around the corner. Needs to keep calm, needs to keep relaxed. And lap 2, 2,500 metres away from Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers taking the national relay title. But there is Callum Elson, who has burnt off the charge from Pullman of Highgate, who is back in third, closely followed by Aldershot. And the lead around 24.5 seconds. That is a huge lead for Callum Elson to try and claw back. Has D gone off too hard? Will he fade in the latter stages? All of that to come. But it is a long, long way back for Cambridge. They're 24 seconds back in third. Oh, we've missed Bedford coming past the screen. Bedford in second with Jack Goodwin, who is looking really good. So Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers leading from Bedford, from Cambridge and Coleridge in third at the moment. We then have Highgate in fourth and Aldershot in fifth. That's your top 5, the final race of the national cross-country relays here in Mansfield. We're at Berryhill Park once again. Best part of 3,000 athletes been racing here today, and the man on the last leg for Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers is Jamie D.
Just hearing that mass starts have been arranged for 10 to 4, 3:50, about quarter of an hour's time. Mass starts for the senior men's race. have to announce match start. That's where
Where's Highgate?
started their leg. 3:50. That's when the match start will be.
So D looking good here at the moment. This is where it gets more challenging for the athletes at the front of the field. They have bodies to get past, particularly on these muddy sections. Here comes Goodwin for Bedford. In second at the moment. Bedford last year 11th. This would be some run from Bedford to get amongst the medals. Aldershot there, just moving up into fourth. Highgate slipping back a little bit now. Aldershot with Sam Eglin on the last leg. And Rory Leonard here for Morpeth. Well, what can he do? We know how strong he is. Around 1100 metres left. Nothing surely will get in the way of Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers taking the gold. They are so far ahead. But what has Goodwin got in the tank? There he goes in the light blue. Aldershot there. And Highgate now just heading back through the trees at the hairpin bend. Must have slipped there from D. This is almost a faultless performance for Shaftesbury Barnet. There's Goodwin and Bedford out on his own. Callum Elson there, the man in third, just flying past the screen, and Sam Eglin chasing after him. And Rory Leonard is coming into picture here. And we're into the final stages. It's Shaftesbury Barnet's race at the front. Surely no one will catch them now. This Shaftesbury Barnet team, that superb leg on the third from Dylan Evans, which just blew everybody else to pieces on his second lap. Opened the floodgates, and it gave Jamie D a smooth run. Nobody has been anywhere near him. This has almost been an armchair ride on leg four. Goodwin for Bedford there. And he's around about 12, 13 seconds back. Well, the lead is not getting caught at this point. Callum Elson, though, is in that mix, and Rory Leonard now has just moved up into fourth place ahead of Aldershot. How much has he got left in the tank? Could he start to put a bit of pressure on? As for the final time, Jamie D comes out of the horseshoe woodland at the top of the course, and it's a stroll down the slope towards the finish in our final race of the day for Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers. Jamie D has been superb Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers, their team, dominant here. And they will take gold in the National Cross Country Relays for 2024. It's Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers title. Jamie D anchoring them home. And here come Bedford, with Jack Goodwin on the last leg. Around 20 seconds back. And Callum Elson, after all the injury trouble this year, having not raced for 8 months, he is back to take bronze in a time which is much quicker than Cambridge won last year. And Morpeth, well, with Rory Leonard on the last leg, that was a superb run for them in 4th place. Aldershot coming through for 5th, and then Highgate in 6th. And my goodness, what a run from Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers. Here come Tunbridge. A slow build for them today. James Kingston bringing them home. One place better than Tunbridge finished last year. Well, cannot fault Shaftesbury Barnet. Almost perfect run for them. They were 4th last year, as I said, 0.6 of a second off bronze, and to go from that agonising 4th place last year to top of the podium today is a well-deserved victory.
Bedford number 2, 17. Cambridge 3rd, 17. Morpeth came through, they were Northern team, 4th. And 5th was Aldershot 17. And 6th Highgate 17. So 5 17 top 6. Chris has just gone past.
Well, Milton Keynes distance project just finishing down in 16th after a really strong opening 2 legs. They held on really well to keep amongst the top 5 at the end of leg 3, but didn't quite have the speed to stay amongst it. It was so fast and fierce. Shaftesbury Barnet and Bedford storming away on the latter legs, and what a fabulous day from Berry Hall Park. A sprint finish from Phoebe Gear in the junior race earlier on today to take silver for St Albans, all the way to the senior men today, and Belgrave Harriers, the women, taking back-to-back gold. A fantastic performance from Shaftesbury Barnet to take gold in the men's competition here at the Saucony English Cross Country National Relays. We'll stay with these pictures to capture everyone across the line. Thank you to everybody at home for watching. I've been Scott Eburn. Until next time, good night.
Guys, well run.
Just a reminder for those athletes who are still waiting to run their leg, there will be a mass start in 5 minutes time at 3:50. So the mass start at 3:50 for all remaining leg runners.
Somebody's in their 3rd leg now, their 3rd leg will start early. So this is like God now.
Come on, Rob! Go on, Rob!
Right now, Rob!
Go on, Rob!
Come on, Jim! Nearly
Go on,
there!
Rob! Nearly there! Nearly there! Go on, Rob!
Go on, Rob. Big effort now. Go on, Rob. Go on, Rob. Well done. Up the hill. Well done, Rob. Go on, Rob. All the way home, Rob. Go on, Rob. Go, Rob. Go. Go, Rob.
I feel like I will